What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's Reese here for those who actually do not know me. Today what I'm going to do is answer like the most asked question I get on a daily basis, weekly basis. It's understandable to be honest with you, but it's how to lose fat, and I'm going to make this specific to the situation we're in now and how to lose fat at home. Before this video starts, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and if you can, drop the video a like before it starts. I know you're going to like it. Anyway, sit back, relax and enjoy. Okay, I do want to start off by saying weight loss and fat loss is simple, but it's not easy. There's a lot of complications towards how it's going to be effective for you, and that's going to break down today. At home and obviously outside when you're working, the real world is very different in terms of fat loss and what you need to do, and that's the reason why I want to make it specific towards the house. I'm just going to break it down to different points and hopefully it just clarifies what you are like facing or why you're finding it difficult to lose weight. First off, I do want to say weight loss is not, for me, like, it's not just the scale. Make sure you're taking photos, make sure you're looking yourself in the mirror. Do you feel better in your clothes? Do you feel better naturally? Do you feel healthier? Mentally, just make sure you're thinking about all the benefits instead of just the scale, because you might be looking insanely better but obviously the scale isn't showing you that, and that's something you need to consider. Okay, for me, make sure you're exercising maybe between like 4 to obviously 7 times a week. The reason why you can exercise probably a bit more this time is because your body will recover, because it's not got the resistance it would have in the gym, and that's why you can push your body a little bit further. Specific for this one, make sure you're doing some sort of weight training or resistance training. This could be body weight exercises, but the reason why in the videos before I've told you to go to failure, it's just because you need to put as much stress in your muscles as possible to stimulate muscle growth, and that's the reason why I'm saying that. If you've got weights, use them. If you've got resistance bands, use them, but just make sure you're pushing yourself. I nearly said pissing myself there. The reason why I'm saying weight training, because when you build muscle, your metabolism increases because of the amount of muscle mass in your body, so make sure you're doing some sort of resistance training. The next most important one I would say is called NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So this is anything that's besides exercise, sleeping or eating. This is literally, are you sitting about the house, or are you potting about, doing the dishes, tidying your room? It depends on what are you doing outside exercise, sleeping and eating. That is pretty much very important towards your weight loss. There's been a lot of situations where weight loss will not happen unless you move. It's generally just getting your steps up, getting your activity up, getting your NEAT up, and that's probably going to benefit you towards weight loss. You could literally be the hardest working in the gym, so hardest working during your exercise. Eating's on point, so you're in a sort of calorie deficit, but what is happening is that your steps aren't up and your NEAT is definitely not up. You're pretty much staying in bed every single day and you're watching TV every single day, which is understandable at this situation. But if you were to move about a lot more, literally tidy your room, tidy the house, do some cooking, do some gardening, even go a walk if you can. If your training's on point but your NEAT isn't, you literally will suffer, you will struggle to lose weight. Don't worry, a lot of people make this mistake and it's just literally moving more. If you can get your steps up and if you can fidget more, I'm not gonna lie, if you can just fidget more, you burn more calories. It's as simple as that. Okay, number 3, correct calories. You must be eating the correct calories. It's very simple, you must be in a deficit. If you're not in a deficit, you will not lose weight. The reason why this is so effective and it's such an effective point is you're in the house, you're not moving as much. If you're on a cut already, or if you were on like sitting at maintenance, if you're trying to eat maintenance again, you might end up gaining some weight because you're not burning as many calories. If you're in a cut, you might not actually be in a cut still, you might be back up to maintenance. It's just because you are, the way you burn calories, you must be in a calorie deficit, so you must like reevaluate what you're eating. And that's understandable. It's happening everywhere. It's happening with my clients as well, where I've had to drop some calories down. The way to do this is just literally experiment. If you're gaining weight or you're not losing weight on the normal calories that you eat, just adjust them, don't worry. I'll integrate the next point of this is cardio. So if you've got, for me, I've got like a stationary bike in my house. If I'm going to add in more cardio, it's because like my weight loss isn't effective, it's not working as much. This is the same as dropping calories. So if you are here and you're dropping calories to accelerate your weight imagine you're here and you're trying to accelerate your weight loss. You could drop calories 200, or you could drop your for instance, you've got your calories and you've got your cardio. You're doing no cardio and you're at 2000 calories. If you wanted to drop, I'm trying to look at myself so I can. So if you're not losing weight, you literally want to manipulate one of the two. So literally you could drop 200 calories, or what you could do is utilise your cardio to burn 200 calories. It's exactly the same thing. The reason I would say increase cardio is because the amount of food that you eat is going to provide you with nutrients to hold on to muscle, to recover, boost your immune system, which is very important in this situation. Okay, next one, eat meals, not snacks. I think this is very important because there's a lot of junk food in your house, there's a lot of snacks. When I eat a snack, I'm satisfied for like 40 minutes. The rest of the time I'm just hungry. Like, I really do think that when I eat snacks throughout the day, I am so hungry. But if I program meals throughout the day that's got protein, carbs and fat, I end up more satiated and I can sustain my weight loss diet a lot longer. So I can just show you examples of some meals that I've had if they're here. Okay, next one, I know you're in the house and you might have suffered from even like a plateau in your weight loss. It's only because the situations have changed, but don't use all your tricks at once. It's very stupid to just increase cardio to like 3 hours a day and bloody eating 1000 calories. It's not like sustainable, it's not wise. When you do this, you literally have no cards to play after it. So if you hit another brick wall, then you really will suffer. You're going to like have to drop even more, which is going to be detrimental towards like keeping muscle, your health, your sleep and everything, your productivity. So just be careful, like just use little bits by little bits. So like drop 100 calories, like increase 100 calories in the cardio. Don't like change everything at once. I know this is going to be like a kick in the teeth, but keep alcohol to a minimum. I know like everyone's stuck in the house. It's so easy just to turn to drink or just have a wee drink every night, because when do you get a chance to do that if you're working out? But I would say just keep it to a minimum. If you're going to have one, keep it like even at the weekends, even having a few glasses at night, even with your meal. That literally just keep it to a minimum, because you're using calories for nothing basically. It's not as if you can go out and go to a nightclub or go to a bar. If you're going to be doing it, just make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. You're not just drinking for the sake of it, because you're wasting calories that you could be you could be using for good nutrients for your body, like protein, carbs and fat, which you need to grow. In this case, like enhance the weight loss. I think I kind of said this, but you need to make sure that you push yourself during the workouts. It's so easy to be laid back during the home workouts. Like, even I've experienced that. Even at the start, I was going very easy myself, obviously because of the hospital. I was cutting it short pretty much every set, and I was using bodyweight exercises more. And this is just because like I felt safe and I felt comfortable. Whereas you should be, if you can, push yourself a little bit more. Literally go to failure more often. Like I said, trust me, you'll see the benefits more often, more quickly if you do push yourself and follow like what you would normally do in the gym. Don't feel like you can almost reduce your workouts intensity because you're in the house. I've done a few videos on this before, but like tricks and almost like appetite suppressors, because for me this is very important if you're on a cut. You must find ways to stop binging on food, and this could be as simple as drinking water. This could be simple as coffees, like sweeteners, what else, like low calorie drinks, jellies, what else stuff. There's hundreds of stuff that you can do, even like chewing gum, brushing your teeth. I've mentioned this in a video that I literally will follow every cut. So imagine my day, I can literally draw it out here, or I'll show you here. There'll be instances in the day where I'm very hungry, but I will not eat because I don't need it. So it's like, for example, like between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, I might have a coffee, and this is just to stop myself from eating before like I have my big meal at night. Even at night, I'll have low calorie drinks like a Diet Coke, and this is just to stop myself from binging on food. This kind of follows on from the last point. To stop you from eating more, you can literally just keep yourself busy, because most of the time in the house like I'm just bored, and I think I'm hungry but I'm actually not. Ways you can do this is literally just using the points I just said there, the appetite suppressors, and drinking water. Like, get your fluid in, because you're literally made of water, like pretty much majority of water, so you're probably just dehydrated. You must drink water before your meals, and that will give you an instance of, do you really need to eat? Or before a meal, if you chug a bit of water, it might fill you up and you might not have to eat as much. For me, if I just go into a meal and start eating, I might eat more than I should, and for weight loss that's not good. But I do want to clarify, don't think this is like an excuse to come off your cut and like your plans and your goals, because it's not. It's a perfect time to do it, because you've got time to look after yourself, instead of like if you're at work sometimes it's very easy just to smash in like something crap, or like not go to the gym or not work out, but you've got plenty of time. Obviously I'm speaking for like a good majority here, maybe not some, but you've got time to look after yourself, and I think it's a great time to lose weight, depending on your situation obviously. Last point, what I would say is, do not stop yourself from having a little treat. What I mean by this is, like I've spoken before about the 80-20%, 20%, I don't know why I said that, 80-20 rule, we'll say that. It just means that for 80% of your day, eat healthy, clean foods, whole foods, nutritious foods. 20%, leave yourself a wee leeway, and this means that you can have some ice cream, even a bit of chocolate, even some sugary cereal. Don't worry, like I do it myself, and this just means you're going to stick to your diet a lot longer than if you were just to be clean 100%. This just means that as well, like when it comes to the weekend, you might go, I've deserved this, and you end up binging for like 2 days, throwing your weight loss out of the window. And that's the reason why I always say to people, do not stop yourself from eating certain foods. There's no bad foods, it's just the way you program it into your daily calorie target and your weekly calorie target. So you guys, hopefully this has clarified how to lose weight when you're at home. It's not easy, I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. It is simple, but it's not easy. There's a lot of complications, like I said, that's going to stop you from actually doing so, which is annoying, because you might wake up being absolutely on point the day before. You wake up and you've obviously maybe gained a little bit of weight, or you've not moved in the scale. This could generally be because like you're holding on to food, you didn't have a good sleep, you exercised too much the day before, holding on to some water in your muscles to recover. You've had an extra bit of salt the last day. It could literally be anything. The reason why I think this is important, because you need to kind of reevaluate what you're doing. It's not the same to just sit about the house compared to if you're walking, doing like 20,000 steps. In the next up and coming videos, I will speak a lot more on like even how to build muscle and maintain muscle during a lockdown, calories, tracking, all that stuff. And this will be even a couple of weeks time. I'll do this even on next week. I'll speak more about this. I will still upload my home workout guides, because I think they're important just to give people almost like a change from their normal routine if they're following something else. Just keep on watching, keep on liking, and keep on subscribing this channel, and I'll still put out the content. Anyway guys, stay safe, stay positive, stay grateful, and I will see you in the next one.